What up, y'all? G Taylor here with yet another Taylor Dot video, and as you can see, got something a little different for you today. We're going to be doing a review of the brand new Tamron 28 to 200 mil. Let's jump into it. Make sure to wear your mask, folks. But here it is, the Tamron 28 to 200. As you see, she's pretty big. It's on my Sony 6300. I got my battery pack on there as well. Forgive the sweat. I'm outside and it's, like I said, really hot. But yeah, pretty massive. But even though as big as it is, it's still manageable as far as having it on my small camera body. Of course, you guys all know why I went with the smaller ones, just because it's easier to manage, but it's actually not bad. One of the things I love is the zoom ring is super smooth. You see there, just a quick turn. It's not bad. And having this wide of a range is pretty nice. So of course, I'm actually here being a beginner myself. This helps me out a lot. So I have gotten used to shooting with primes, but this kind of changes it up for me a little bit. I'm so used to getting closer to my subject, but with this I actually don't have to. And this is probably my first, actually my only zoom lens I have right now, besides the kit lens I got with my original 6300. But this thing is really awesome. I've been shooting with it here for the last probably about an hour with this new lens, and it's a lot nicer than I thought. I've been hearing that a lot of folks don't think this is a professional lens, but I mean, me being a beginner, this is definitely a nice little stepping stone. Typically I shoot everything with prime, so I got my 50 mil prime, I got a 16 prime, so I'm used to not having zoom. But literally, that right there is a game changer. Having that smooth zoom and getting super close to your subject really helps out a lot. I haven't done any portraits with it just yet, just using the creek and stuff around here. I'll probably have some of those shots on screen as we talk. But it's really nice to be able to have that zoom if something's just outside your step, if you don't want to go on the slippery rocks and stuff like that. Having the zoom lens, just quick little turn and you're instantly closer. I will say, not as heavy as I thought. Seeing screenshots and videos of it, I thought it was gonna be a lot heavier, but even on my 6300 with the LAKEY double battery pack, it's not that bad. Even hanging on my neck, not too much strain. But it actually is really nice, and I can't wait to actually do more with it. In the meantime, probably gonna take a few more shots around here. Wildlife, birds, bugs, whatever comes. So yeah. So of course, a few of the facts on this. This is Tamron's first all-in-one lens that has a zoom with an f2.8 aperture, at least for now, first one they've made. It actually was announced on June 11th and released on the 25th. I got it a couple days later. Of course, 7 times zoom on here, so you can get really close to a lot of your subjects. Weighs 575 grams. Coolest part about it, if you are using this thing for video, it uses the RXD motor, so that way when you are zooming, complete silence, won't even hear it when you're zooming in there. The minimum focused on this at 28 millimeters is going to be 19 centimeters, so you can get pretty close for a few macro. It actually does have 1 to 3.1 magnification, so pretty good. At the opposite end, at the 200 millimeter, you got a minimum focus of 80 centimeters. So you still get fairly close, also with a 1.38 magnification. So you can actually use this for some really cool macro shots. The filter size on this, or actual thread, is 67 millimeters. So it fits all of the other Tamron lenses in the Sony lineup. So you don't have to buy a whole new set of ND filters and stuff there, which I have like 7, so it's perfect. And of course it goes to 2.8 to 5.6, so you do lose a little bit of light when you go to the opposite end, but you're going really far, so it works out really well. It's one of my favorite lenses. Of course, I've only had it for a couple days now, but I've been poking around with it here today, probably about the last hour or so, and I love it. Just having that zoom is well, actually pretty awesome, especially since I'm used to shooting with prime lenses. So having that zoom, and it's super smooth, as you see there, just up and down, no effort whatsoever. It comes in handy. So if, of course, I'm out here in the park, luckily by myself, but if I were to have someone off in the distance, or maybe doing a photo shoot for someone, this is perfect. I can actually have them stand out, of course, social distance. You want to make sure and practice that. But having this lens on there will really help as far as keeping distance between you and your patrons, I guess. I do love having this lens, even coming from primes before. Having the zoom really just changes the game for me. I'm so used to having my, my 50 on there, my 16 mil, and having to actually physically move to get to someone. Now with this, as you can see, I like doing that. It's really smooth. But this has really changed how I look at photography. At least now, with social distancing kind of being the main way we're getting stuff done, I can still do a quick little photo session for anybody and still keep my distance. The best part about that, usually you do lose a little bit of quality when you go to a zoom lens. All these zoom shots, as you see probably on screen, they are fantastic. I haven't had a single issue with it. No purple fringing, which is a game changer as well. Comes out really nice. Everything stays sharp from the corners to the center. Don't see too much bulge, and I know there actually isn't a profile for it yet in most editing softwares, but from what I've discovered, nothing as far as bulges in the middle or anything like that. Purple fringing, if there is any, you can't really tell. This definitely is a great addition to anybody's setup, especially if you want to have a camera you can do everything with all at once without needing to constantly swap lenses. This is the one for you, especially if you're a beginner. I know my channel is basically built here to kind of introduce photography. Hopefully I get some other folks watching as well, but this is a great lens. Of course, I still like to shoot with primes, but I'm keeping this in my kit just to make sure I have one lens that can do everything just in case I need it. All right, everybody. I'm definitely gonna call it quits a little sooner than I thought. It's a little more hot out here. But I wanna thank you guys for hanging out with me on my very first lens review. Definitely won't be the last. Be sure to like and subscribe this video, so that way, whenever I do upload, you get notifications. Make sure to hit that bell icon as well to make sure and be notified when I do upload a video. Well, it's been fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me here at Tailored Eye Photography, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. All right, good. Did I not record that tape?